Joining me today is New Hampshire Senator Dan Feltes. Dan, thanks so much.
How you doing, John?
Great. How are you doing?
Good.
It's great to have you back.
It's good to be on again.
Want to talk about what's happening in the Senate? First thing I want to talk about maybe is the Medicaid expansion.
Well, as you know, John, the bipartisan New Hampshire Health Protection Program, which is a unique New Hampshire version of Medicaid expansion, provides health insurance to over 48,000 granite staters, several thousand of which have accessed for substance abuse, substance use disorder, heroin, and other services, treatment and prevention. It's vitally important we reauthorize that program. There's a bill in the House that's being considered, and I think there will be a committee vote today, March 3rd, in a House committee, and I hope that the House ends up passing reauthorization of the New Hampshire Health Protection Program, because it's so important, not just for the people who rely upon it, but also it's important for our business community. The Business and Industry Association, the statewide Chamber of Commerce, supports it. Why? Because providing health insurance to people who are otherwise uninsured reduces uncompensated care. So emergency room visits that are otherwise uncompensated for folks who are uninsured, that ends up being spread over everyone in rates. And what we're seeing right now is that the rate of health insurance premium increases over the last few years with health protection program in place have decreased. So we're slowing the rate.
It's still growing, but it's growing at a slower rate.
Right, it's growing at a much slower rate. So we're seeing that impact.
Is there enough data to subscribe causality to it, or is it a lucky coincidence, or?
Well, I think that depends on who you talk to. I think most people who are experts in the field think that causality exists. It's not just correlation. And the second reason is, major reason is because, look, our providers, including providers of substance use disorder treatment and prevention, in many cases are waiting to see if it's reauthorized in order to build out their treatment capacity, because you need an ongoing source to help support that. So it's really important for our economy, for our health, a healthy workforce, that we get this done. It's in the House right now, and I think there's a significant amount of support in the Senate. Senator Bradley, Senator Morse have been taking leadership roles on it, and I appreciate that. And it's a bipartisan approach, and hopefully we can get it done.
So the Senate is likely to support some bill, some measure, is what I'm hearing from you.
Yes.
The question is, will the House support that?
Yes, the House had a preliminary vote, and the vote was positive, but they have to have another vote because it has to go through two committees. It has to go through a policy committee and a finance committee.
And finance has been holding hearings on it this week. And
correct. So today, March 3rd, they're voting on it, the finance committee, and hopefully it's a good vote and it's the right thing to do. 48,000 granite staters. It's so important to our economy, to the health of our workforce, to reducing the growth of health insurance premiums, and it's a really important thing that we get done.
Are there provisions in the bill that you'd like to change in an ideal world? There's some issues about the work-related component to it and how it's being funded. I know there's short-term politics, but I know there's long-term policy. And so I want to sort of maybe separate those things out and look at the long-term policy. Other than we need to do this from your vantage point, obviously, are we paying for it the right way? Or are there elements in the bill that would over time you'd want to see changed?
John, having worked as a legal aid attorney and advocated at the State House on pieces of legislation and now serving in the state Senate, I can tell you that there's no one piece of legislation that I 100% agree with. So I can tell you,
everything needs some tweaking a little bit.
In my view, but
life is a compromise.
Life is a compromise. In order to get things done, you make adjustments and you work with folks, and no one person or one political party has a monopoly over good ideas. Mm-hmm. People come to the table. The most important thing is people come to the table with ideas to solve problems. You sit down and you work together to try to work it out. And in some cases you can't work it out. But on this particular thing, reauthorizing the New Hampshire Health Protection Program, order over 48,000 granite staters.
That's the top priority.
Absolutely, it's top priority of this legislative session.
So I'm out of time in this segment. When we return, we'll kind of continue this conversation and look at policy issues, so please stay with us.